Thank you for watching, liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing right now.
You know, just when you thought the ipod-nano couldn't get any smaller, Apple comes along and shrinks it by about 46%. And thank God for that, because lugging this thing around was just starting to wear on me. Seriously? 46% smaller than the last generation? Apple, of course, announced a new series of Nano iPods. And remember that the Nano brand inside the iPod universe is very, very tiny, very tiny. See, what they did was they took away the click wheel and they made the entire experience touchscreen. Multi-touch, of course, just like you've come to expect with the iPod Touch or the iPhone and iPad and just about anything in the touchy-feely universe of Apple. So this is probably not going to be a product for most of you who are addicted to the iPhone, the iPad, or the iPod Touch. This, however, is going to be a great product for people like my mom, who love running around town, have an ipod-nano with them and are looking for something smaller that they can clip onto their belt or some kind of strap and move around. That's exactly what the new Nano will allow them to do. It's kind of like a cross between an iPod Touch and an iPod Shuffle. And now it could be yours. Well, you know, as soon as they start shipping here in just a few days or weeks or months or millennium or whenever Apple's going to start shipping them. Either way, I've never really been one who felt the need to have an ipod-nano with me. Even the last generation ipod-nano with its camera built into it. That's, by the way, one feature that they took away in the new generation iPod-nanos. No camera on the new version, but the touchscreen and usability seems to be quite nice. If you're someone who values the space, your personal space, the space in your pockets, the space in your purse, whoever, this, might be for you. But if you're someone who already has an iPod Touch or an iPhone, this probably isn't going to make much sense for you. But here's the thing. Apple has an array of products that fit just about every demographic out there. One thing that seems to be kind of nice about the Nano versus, let's say, the iPod Touch or the iPhone is that it has an FM radio built into it, which is nice. Not that I really listen to when was the last time I even listened to FM radio? I've got a Bluetooth connection in my car, and so I connect my iPhone to that and then just listen to Pandora or Rhapsody or any other one of the music streams that I have coming in through that particular device. So you can view the album art now just as easily as you could on the old iPod Nano. It's just this one is smaller and it's touch-based. So if you like touching your music and you're touched by Steve Jobs. I admit it, I cried a little this morning, just because I was expecting to hear an announcement about, there being a new iPhone antenna, but didn't happen. Not this time around. Either way, the iPod-nano is going to be for some of you, not all of you. And just because it's not for you doesn't mean that you have to slag people who want something like this. That's the thing about some geeks. Like, they get it in their heads that they're the only people who exist in this universe. I don't get it. It's stupid. Who would buy that? Well, you may not like it, but that doesn't mean that somebody else won't like it. And obviously some people like it because Apple's continuing with the brand. I mean, if no one was buying iPod Nanos, do you really think they'd make a new one? I don't think so. So, I'm curious to know, in my audience, how many of you, in your entire life, and admittedly some of you are 12 years old, so it hasn't been a very long life, have ever owned an iPod Nano? And if you have, are you interested in this new iPod Nano? And if you haven't, are you interested in this new iPod Nano? And if not, why not? Curious. I'm throwing it back at you. I'm curious. And you know what? Once we've compiled that feedback, I'll be sure to email Steve Jobs and tell them over there at Apple what you think, because I'm sure they care. My email address, chris@pirillo.com, because I do care. I do, believe it or not. I'm yelling at you because I care that much. I care! Oh, giving myself a headache. Wouldn't be the first time I've given anybody a headache, that's for sure. Geeks.pirillo.com is where you're free to posit your own thoughts in the forums. You can make your own blog post there, upload video, blah, 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 blah. We've got lockergnome.net as well. Have you stopped by there? Questions and answers, technology related or not. Yeah. Twitter.com/Chris Pirillo. Facebook.com/Chris Pirillo. Chris.Pirillo.com. That's my blog. Yeah. Because I have thoughts that are so important, someone wants to read them. Not many of you, admittedly, want to know what I think. But obviously, you made it this far in the video, so either I have no life or... yeah, I have no life. I'm yelling at a camera about a piece of technology. We also have a live video feed that has a chat room built into it, IRC. You can join us. We're typically talking tech. 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. The live video feed here at live.pirillo.com. We'll see you later.